Yeah.
Well, greetings everybody. How's it going? This is Lazerbolt, and welcome to Friday Night Flights. Tonight we're going to be flying around the northern part of Japan. Should be a good time. I believe our flight plan has taken us to a little town called Kushiro. And yeah, it looks interesting. We're going to check out along the way. Our first destination is going to be an observatory. So that should be kind of cool. We're on our way to an observatory. We're going to take a circuit around that and check it out really good. And after that, like I said, we're heading to Kushiro. So happy Friday, everybody. Grab yourself a drink and a snack, and we'll be taking off in about 3 minutes. How's everybody doing tonight? How you guys doing?
Doing good.
That is what I like to hear. Yeah, we're down here on runway 8 tonight. I see we have a Mr. Newbie with us tonight in a good old SR22. That's what I'm flying. Yeah, nice to meet you, Mr. Newbie. I don't know if you're listening or not, but yeah, it's good to see you. Actually, I think Mr. Newbie might be joining us right now in Discord. So, hey, it's good to see you, buddy.
Hi.
Greetings. Yeah, happy Friday, pal. How you doing?
Thank you. Same to you. Good.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you.
Same here, Rona.
So what do I look like to you?
Do I detect an Australian accent there, Mr. Newbie?
Bahamas.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. Well, that's good to see you, man. Happy Friday.
Thank you.
So we take it pretty casual around here usually, and yeah, we just do a little flying on a Friday night. I got Longhorn back there. I don't know if I see you in what you are actually in. It's some kind of a single engine tripod.
I'm in the SR22 as well.
Yep, nice. That's exactly what I'm flying too. Yeah, we're only going to be going about 140 knots tonight, maybe 150. So it's nothing too major. 140 should work just fine. I think, especially on this first leg, we're only going to climb up to 4,000. So climb on that on this first leg. We're going to climb up to 4,000, and we're going to check out that observatory when we get there. So yeah, like I said, count on 4,000 at 140 knots.
Right, sound good. 4,000 at 140. Gotcha.
Longhorn, I'm seeing you in an SR22 as well.
What I'm actually in. Let's go to media share.
I like the way it does a relatively good job substituting planes now. I mean, because just to substitute you as a SR22, that's a pretty good substitution. That's exactly what
Not really.
Well, I mean, not for you, but it is for me, because I could see you in something that's not a jumbo jet, you know. Usually the substitutions are just awful. They just pick some random thing to give to you, and it doesn't look anything like. It just doesn't fit, you know. But at least this fits. What I see you as fits the flight, so that's perfect.
Yeah, the closest it would have been closer if they'd have put me in a 172.
Yeah, it's got the body
is it a high wing?
Yep. Yeah.
It's a high wing.
It's like a stretched 172, but it's the one that's the 210.
No, that's right on.
So.
Nice looking plane.
That must not be a default plane, I'm guessing.
No, it's a Carinado one. I don't remember if it was one of their. I don't think it was one of the local legends, but it was. I got it on sale a while back, and I love it because it's like the 172 steam gauge version.
Mm-hmm.
The dash looks exactly the same, pretty much, but it's stretched out, and it's got 193 cruise speed.
Wow, that's pretty good for that.
And like 1,200 or 1,300 mile range, and what else does this thing have?
Yeah, that 172, boy, you'll be lucky. You can get half that much.
Yeah, I think those are like 600. But it's basically it's got the same gauges as the 172 steam version does, and then it's got the Garmin 530 and 430.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice cockpit. I like that. It's simple.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, guys. About 30 seconds. We're gonna climb out of here. Let's take a right-hand turn out of here. That'll get us on course. Like I said, 4,000 feet at 140 knots. I also got to remember on this SR22 to use the parking brake when I'm just sitting here. Otherwise, it likes to roll away. Even at zero throttle, it likes to push a little. Well, all right, gentlemen, it is 5 past the hour. Let's go ahead and get these birds up in the air. Lazerbolt is spooling up and rolling. This will be my first time spending any time in this SR22. I flew around in it for like 10 minutes just to see if it had everything I needed, and it seems to work just fine. So, yeah, it could be a nice little addition to our Friday night flights here.
I like that I can actually see your name tags on the side of your plane.
Very cool. I like that too. A beautiful early morning here in Wakkanai. Yeah, I chose that light blue and silver paint job. It looks like my Lions colors there. Looks a lot like Honolulu blue and silver. This thing does not want to climb very fast, does it? It's a slow climber. So I'm so used to that twin-engine Baron. That thing's a billy goat. It climbs like a monster.
Yeah, actually, the latest, I think it was Sim Update 3, like, neutered that thing. It is like, it gets a lot of complaints now that it's not nearly as powerful as it should be or used to be
As
anyway.
it used to be. Yeah, people got used to it, and whether it's realistic or not doesn't matter once they got used to it.
Yeah, I also noticed they took it out of the career mode because I
Did
still
they?
have a list. Yep, I bought one, so it's still in there, but I have it set for passive flying, so it's still like supposedly generating passive income, but I can't go and do any maintenance on it. I can't do anything to it now. It's
Really?
basically everything's redded and locked out.
Hopefully you can sell it and get your money back.
Nope, can't sell it. Can't buy another one. Now I'm hoping that they'll just correct it once they've hopefully when Sim Update 4 comes out, but hopefully they're just temporary, which it probably is because I think that happened to, I don't remember if it was a PC-12 or something else that had happened to where it disappeared from people because they had some changes that they had to make. So hopefully they'll get this corrected.
I'm still waiting for them to add that big old beluga so we can do the heavy transports.
That's supposed to be coming out in Sim Update 4.
Alrighty, I'm crossing 3,500, leveling at 4,000. Look at that just perfect volcano-looking volcano in the distance there at about 2 o'clock.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
And it looks like something from the cartoons. It's just like the perfect volcano.
Just sprouted up out of the ocean. Well, that's kind of how Hawaii was made, isn't it?
Oh yeah. And probably most of Japan was made that way too. That's why there's so many volcanoes. That's how Gilligan's Island was made. Remember they had a big old volcano on there too.
I don't remember that. It's been a long time since I've even watched that.
Best show.
Yeah, I watched that a lot when I was younger growing up.
Yep.
Couldn't wait to get home. Tell everybody to get out of the way. Mary Ann's coming on TV.
Yeah, sounds like you like me. Mary Ann's my gal. Ginger's okay, but Mary Ann's my gal.
Yeah, she was like the girl next door. Good looking, cute, sweet personality.
Cook.
Exactly.
Alrighty, I'm holding a steady 140, 4,000. Looks like we're going to just go over some water here just a little bit on our way to that observatory. Yeah, the SR22 has kind of a weird effect on the wingtips. Like there's like a blue splotch that appears as the light is blinking. It don't look right.
Just put a picture of my cockpit in there.
Media share?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that looks just like a 172.
You say you're going to 4,000?
4,000.
Let me check my barometer then. Oh, that's why my barometer was not calibrated and I'm at 4,200.
Oh, it was way up.
Come back down.
Right on. Yeah, that's a nice looking cockpit. I like that. I appreciate steam gauges. That's my favorite stuff. I mean, a nice full high-tech glass cockpit is neat, but I'd rather have steam gauges, man. They work better for me. I can just quickly glance at that cockpit and tell you everything I need to know.
Yep, well, and that's why I like the Garmin 430 and the 530, because I set the smaller one, the 430, to display like my ground speed, the distance to my next waypoint, the name of my waypoint, and all that information. So I've got that available, and then the bigger 530, I've got the map on it,
Pretty handy.
and then I've got all my steam gauges right in front of me, and it handles like a Cessna.
Looks like something Black Square makes.
It's a fun plane to fly. I mean, it's very easy to fly. Oop, about to overrun Lazerbolt.
Yeah, I'm just hovering between 139, 140, right in that neighborhood.
And it has retractable gear.
So what was the name of that other airplane you said that I should check out? Started with a B?
The Dakota.
Oh, it started with a B, you know, Dakota. Yeah, it's the Dakota.
Yeah.
I need to check that out. Like I said, I was looking for a new airplane to fly, and I wanted to check out that tail dragger that you mentioned, one of the new ones they gave us. And yeah, it's a nice airplane, but it doesn't have any autopilot or nothing like that, and I kind of need an autopilot. Otherwise, during these 2-hour flights, if I'm not paying close attention, I'll stray. Next thing you know,
Yeah.
I'm going 20,000 feet in completely wrong direction, or 10 feet in the wrong direction.
Oh yeah, for these longer flights, you definitely want the autopilot, because otherwise, if you need to get up and go do something, it's kind of makes it a pain, because your plane's not going to be where you want it to be when you come back.
Yeah, every time you check the map, it's like, ah, geez, whoop, time to go back left. I always had that
Well, you're
problem with the
still there.
Goose. As much as I like that Goose, there's no autopilot to speak of in that thing, and it really likes to drift on you. Just the rotation of the props makes it tilt to the left, you know what I mean? So you're always going in a circle.
Yeah, that's why I like flying the Albatross. It does have an autopilot, and it looks like a Goose.
Yeah, I agree. I checked that out too. I was thinking maybe we could fly that, but it's a little bit too fast, and it's not exactly built for sightseeing. It doesn't
No,
really.
it's not for this. It's not.
No, it wouldn't be good for, you know, like I said, when we get to that, that big telescope there, we're going to slow down and take a little circuit around it and check it out real good. I don't think the albatross would like that very much.
Oh,
It's a
no.
beautiful bird, though. I really like it too.
That's the one that's kind of like the goose, right, where you can land it in the water.
It looks exactly like a goose, but it's like 3 times as big. It's monstrous.
Oh.
I seen one of those in Pensacola. They had one parked outside the museum, and I was astonished at how big it was. I mean, it's an absolute monster. Couldn't believe how big it was. I mean, the tires are bigger than you. You know, it's huge. I mean, it looks just like a goose, so you just think, okay, you know, gooses aren't small, but, you know, I mean, it looks just like a goose. Nope, it looks like a goose, but it is way bigger. About the same performance, though. They're roughly the same speed. It has a way bigger range, though. It can go a lot farther than a goose can. So, Mr. Newbie, what kind of airplanes do you like to fly around? What's your favorite?
Well, I just really got back into 2024, so I've been flying the Sky Courier a bit, getting used to that.
That's a nice
A nice
airplane,
one.
too. Yeah, we used to fly that a
Yeah.
lot here a couple months ago. We flew that quite a bit. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I watched the stream you guys did. I think it was Sicily. I think it was,
Hmm.
and I believe you used that. So
Yeah, I think we did. We flew it around Italy a
yeah,
lot.
yeah. But other than that, at some time on the Dreamliner, I'm more of a commercial airline type guy. I wanted to venture into the GAs for a bit.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you've ever seen any of the streams, you might have seen that we really like to fly that C-130, and that's right up there with the big birds, man. That Hercules, that's easily my favorite aircraft. We fly that quite a bit, and that's another one that it goes fast enough and high enough that you can pretty much fly anything with us. You know, even a jetliner.
Okay. I've never flew the C-130.
It's pretty nice. It's my favorite.
Very nice.
There isn't one by default in the game, but there's a couple good ones out there you can buy. The Captain
Got it.
Sim C-130 in particular is pretty nice right now, and the Blackbird Simulations one they're getting ready to release. It's in a testing state right now, but that's going to be the best one. It's going to be great. Looking forward to it. Speaking of, did anybody happen to catch the? Actually, I know Bob did. Bob watched my new video. I
did.
released that Dirty 30. Basically a tutorial on how to use the AFS system, the autopilot.
I haven't had a chance to see that yet. I saw that it was out. I just need to watch it. I saved
Right
it to
on.
my list.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, you might learn a couple things about the autopilot, make it a little easier next time we fly. Next time we fly Hercules, I'm probably going to fly that one. I haven't 100% figured out the ILS system on there yet, but I know everything I need to know. I just haven't got it to work yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm having the same issue with it. I can get the frequency loaded in there, and I thought I understood it to say you had to select VOR, but it starts waffling, and it says glide slope capture, but it waffles. It will not stay on it on the glide path.
Right, and that's like I said. Since it is it's a pre-release version of the airplane, I'm never sure if I'm doing it wrong or if it's just not right. You know what I'm saying? Are they still working on that part of it, or am I doing it wrong? You know, so I'll just give
I
it some
think they're
time.
still working on it.
I think they are, especially some of the more technical stuff like instrument landing.
You just tried out the B-17 a couple days ago, and that definitely needs a lot of work, at least in VR.
Oh, that's the one Bob was talking about that a couple weeks ago, right? Y'all both bought that.
Yeah, they just did an update 2 days ago, I think, and I mean I haven't seen much change from their update.
Are you
But-
still having troubles? You said you only had, they gave you like 10 liveries and only one of them actually worked. The rest of them were kind of invisible. Is that the airplane you had
No,
that
they-
problem?
Yeah, but they fixed that. I
Okay,
got it.
good.
Everything's working now. But it flies like a boat, and it takes a long time to turn. You cannot turn that airplane on a dime. So when you're coming into a runway, you better be lined up already.
You better start ahead of time. Well, that sounds like it flies about like it's supposed to. Those old
I think it
warbirds like
probably-
that.
yeah.
I mean, airplanes were kind of new when that thing was made. see our point of interest coming up here. We're not too far away. When we get there, I'm going to drop altitude down to, I don't know, less than 1,000, and let's do a left-hand circuit around that observatory. Keep the observatory on your left.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I like this Cirrus. It's like, I don't know, it's perfect. It does everything it's supposed to do. It's just the right speed and all that. It's almost a little too simple and basic, but yeah, it's all right. It's a nice airplane. I'll find out if it drops out of the sky when I try to do a tight circuit around that point of interest.
You and me both. I'm not familiar with this twin engine Diamond either, but so
Right.
far so good. It's handles pretty well.
Yeah, I'm planning on just giving it a notch of flaps and keep an eye on my speed and see what happens. So I wonder if Matu has taken his vacation to Japan yet. Last time we talked to him about 2 or 3 weeks ago, he said he was planning his trip to Japan. He goes every year and takes a ski trip there, which is kind of funny. I mean, he lives in the Alps. But I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
guess
don't-
if you live in the Alps and you're going on a ski trip, you might as well go to Japan, right?
Yeah, I don't think so because I saw him flying last night.
Oh, right on. Well, he was here for a minute last week, actually, for a minute too.
No, well,
but that
just
was a
last
week
night.
ago.
Yeah, when I was flying last night, I saw him flying somewhere across like the Rockies, heading to the east. I didn't see what he was
Oh,
flying.
really?
I didn't catch up to him or anything, but I noticed his green airplane, and I clicked on it, and it said it was Matthew.
I'm hoping he pops in one of these times. I was hoping he'd come in today, just so we could explain to him that we think we figured out why he couldn't see anybody. And the conclusion we drew was because we were all in the C-130 and he didn't have a C-130. Usually it picks some kind of a substitution to show you, but for the C-130 apparently it doesn't, because we were testing that out last weekend and we had all kinds of problems with that.
Plus, we were in the 2020 version of that C-130 too.
Yes, exactly. We weren't even in the correct version.
Yeah, because as soon as in the 2020 version, I could see everybody, but as soon as I went to the 2024 version, everybody disappeared.
Right, because we're still in the 2020.
Yep. So he might be in the 2024 version, so he just doesn't see anybody, and there's no
Right.
fixing that on
Well, I
his
don't
end,
think.
anyways.
No, I don't think Matu even has the C-130. That's why he couldn't see us, no matter what we're doing.
Yeah, he was in the
I'm,
A400.
Yeah, he doesn't own the C-130. That A400 though, that's a pretty nice airplane too. I mean, it's very compatible with the C-130. They're very, very similar.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to drop my altitude down here to about 1,000. Get ready to check out that point of interest.
Okay.
Yeah, I think a lot of those little issues we've been having with the C-130, most of them are probably going to go away when we switch over to that Dirty 30. Just because that's when that is in full release, it'll be the best thing we ever flew.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
It's going to be real close to a study level aircraft. They've done a fantastic job on it. I mean, even the microwave works. Come on.
Yeah, I wish a real hot dog would work in there. That's a fun airplane to fly, but I still like the old analog gauge C-130, the old one.
Yeah, the old Captain Sim one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, me too. Me too. That's just the cockpit itself Well, you know, I'm an old-fashioned guy. It's an old-fashioned cockpit. We get along great.
And me.
Although that Dirty 30 has so many more capabilities, it is such a more advanced aircraft. But it's one of those things too that it's got these massive capabilities that I'm probably not going to do most of them. To be honest, I mean it's it's neat to have all these friend or foe identifiers and all kinds of weird stuff like that. But I don't know, when am I going to use that?
Yeah, I know how to load the cargo compartment with equipment and pallets and things like that, but I still can't figure out how to do a drop, an airdrop. Haven't had a success with that yet.
Yeah, I was planning on my next video being how to do some of that kind of stuff too. That like I said, I just finished that like tutorial on the autopilot. But I'd like to get into like how to shoot flares and how to do things like that. How to lower the gate when you're flying, how to drop stuff out the back.
Okay. Yeah, I figured out the flares and the chaff. Still need to learn how to do the drops, air drops.
Yeah, I figured out the flares and all that too, but only because you helped me on that. You gave me a good tutorial on how to do that, and that worked like a charm. As soon as I followed your steps, it worked like a charm.
Well, see, there's you a new video you can put out.
Yeah, like I said, I was hoping to get a few more things to put into that same video, like cargo drops and things like that.
Yeah.
That kind of all fits under the same, the same heading.
Right. I don't know if they've got that working yet, or if I'm just not doing it right. But I've set it up the way I thought it should work, but it's not dropping.
Yeah, I noticed when it comes to the like shooting chaff and flares, it's more. There's at least one extra step that I wasn't expecting. I thought I had it figured out, and it's like, oh wait a minute, I forgot to go over to this panel and flip this one weird ass switch that doesn't say anything about being related.
Yeah.
That's cool. Look at you guys got like a bunch of ships down here. This is a nice harbor.
Yeah, actually, these are some cool looking ships.
Yeah, they are.
They don't have any name tags for me, so I'm thinking they might just be part of the scenery.
I think they are. Yeah, and this observatory, look at that. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, this plane definitely doesn't have a very good turn radius.
It does not. I was just thinking that. I don't feel like I'm falling out of the sky though, so that's good. It doesn't like to slow down. I'm still going over 100.
I'm doing 88, and it's handling pretty well on the diamond.
So I see there's a red and white striped tower going on. I wonder if that's a lighthouse or.
That's
Oddly
what I
enough,
think
it
it
looks
is.
like a big Tesla coil.
Well, let's do a dive bomb and find out. What do we got here?
And these are some nice looking ships. Detailed, highly detailed. They almost look like military ships. Okay, I just stalled.
Yeah, I was getting
Whoops.
getting a little beeping at 88. It was starting to get a warning.
Well, I got a great view of great view of the lighthouse. Yeah, I just stalled that thing. I came in just a little too slow. Whoops. Yeah, like I said, I'm not very familiar with this aircraft, and now I know better than to do that.
Well, now you can walk over to that tower and tell us what it is.
Oh, it's definitely a lighthouse. I'm right at the bottom of it. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, it's a lighthouse.
Look,
Yeah, later, next flight, fly the diamond. It'll go a little slower.
Yeah, it probably would. It goes a little slower and a little faster all at the same time. Well, I'm going to see if I can take off from here. I don't think so, though. These trees are in my way. Yep, there is no possible way.
You need the funny key, the Y key there.
I don't think it's Y for me anymore, and I don't remember what it is.
Hell, I'm using the standard keyboard commands in 2024. You can use the 2020 keyboard commands in 2024, and that way you keep everything the same. Oh, okay. I didn't want to have to relearn all the new stuff. Yeah, I didn't want to have to relearn all the new stuff in the new keyboard, so I just kept the old one. Yeah, that sounds right. I've heard other people say that. I just never had to use it.
So close you can touch it. Is there a setting that needs to be on for me to see the VOIs? Because I really didn't get to see anything. Yeah. No, I didn't. Ah, okay. Yeah, that's it then. Yeah, okay. All right.
Engaging autopilot.
Well, that'd be different.
The realism settings just may be. Yeah.
Maybe you punched a hole in one of your wings and drained one of your wings. Or do you need to keep switching your tanks over?
Yeah, down here near Nashville area, we got it's going now. It's passed us over. It's calm, but yeah, we had a pretty good strong sail go by a while ago. Had a tornado watch in effect. Ah, man, we've had like 73 for the last 3 days, but I think Monday morning they're calling for a drop, thanks to the folks in Michigan probably, all the way down to the 20s. No, well, I think they said there's a chance in the northeastern part of Tennessee, but not right where I'm at. But it's going to be cold enough that it could have snowed if the conditions were right. Yeah, I'm not ready for 22 degrees. Whoa, Longhorn, I just about to chew the tail rudder off of your airplane here.
To dump the honey bucket.
That's what that empty bottle in my glove compartment's for. Y'all notice there's a little bit of snow on the peaks down there below us on the hills. Oh, did you say that? I don't know where my head was at then. Yeah.
The elevation's not even that high down there. And the elevation's not even all that high, so it must just be because of how far north we are.
Yeah.
Mine has a maneuvering speed of 130 knots.
I just realized I've been sitting here talking with my microphone not even on. I mean, my mic was on, but I wasn't transmitting. I wonder how long that was going on.
On your YouTube?
Yeah, on the stream. I was talking to you guys, but not talking to the stream. Durr. People probably think you guys are talking to yourselves. Oh, you know what it was? That was ever since I crashed back there by that lighthouse. I had to use I used the control key to do the control Z to get into slew, and my control key also mutes my mic. I should change that. It doesn't mute my mic, it just stops me from transmitting to YouTube.
I've got about a 75-degree Fahrenheit outside temperature.
Like at your house right now, or your airplane?
No, my airplane.
Oh, okay. Jeez, it doesn't look that hot with all the snow all over.
It must be the weather preset that I chose.
Oh, right.
Because I did epic high-level clouds. So it still models the ground based on what's really probably here right now, but the outside temperature and the sky and all that's based on what I chose in the weather settings.
I see.
So it doesn't melt the snow real quick. Probably should have just did live. I bet if I did live, I'll bet it'd be a lot colder than what my plane's saying.
Oh, for sure.
No, we've got about 60 here right now.
That's pretty comfortable.
Yep.
For California.
Yeah, it was a couple days ago. Well, what was it? Today's Thursday or today's Friday, so Tuesday, Wednesday, we ended up with about 3/4 of an inch of rain. Highs in the 50s. It's supposed to be clear and 60s until Wednesday, and then Wednesday we're supposed to get rain again for the next 5 days.
Oh, right on.
So our rainy season has started.
Yeah, I don't know what the weather's going to look like in the next few days. I didn't even look, but I'm sure it ain't going to be great. Here in Michigan.
It'll probably be colder than we will be. It's very rare that we're colder than you.
Say, we got a guy called Bob Melvin over here in the chat that says, "Where you guys at? I might come up." We just left our, well, I don't know, we're just approaching the second stop on the flight plan. If you look, actually, if you met us at the first airport, that would be great if you felt like joining us. We're about 23 miles out from, what is this, Romeo Juliet Mike Lima X-ray. That is a big identifier. You know, if you look in the description of the YouTube video, it has our entire flight plan. And we're just getting ready to pull up. We're just finishing that first leg. So, like I said, I believe it's Romeo Juliet Mike Lima Sierra X-ray. Jeez, oh Pete. That's why I hate these glass cockpits. I can't read these, especially the magenta letters. That just kind of blurs out for me. The green stuff I can read just fine, but the magenta stuff is just a blur.
Or did you put those colored nameplates?
I did not. But if I did,
okay.
I wouldn't use magenta. Yeah, you'll notice I left that in the.
Yeah, I saw it was still there.
Yeah. I figured that'll give people a chance to grab it if they're interested. And yeah, Bob, Melvin, if you're interested in joining us, we would love to have you, buddy. Yeah. Meeting us at that airport would be a perfect place to join up. That'll give you a chance to get your airplane ready for us, and we're going to be there in maybe 5 or 10 minutes. And if anybody else would like to join us, please do. We just take it casual around here on Friday nights, have a good time. We shoot the shit and fly casually. You can get the game on Game Pass rather cheaply if you like. You can also get the flight plan right there in the description of the video for YouTube, or you can join us at msflights.net, our website, and that has all the stuff. I even include a downloadable flight plan that you can just pop into your GPS, and the whole thing is programmed right there for you. And while you're down there, like and subscribe. Do that stuff too. I always forget to mention that, but apparently people tell me all the time that YouTube loves to hear that. YouTube loves to hear you say like and subscribe. So like and subscribe. Yeah, I see the stream is already a good, I don't know, almost 15, 20 seconds behind. One of those nights where it's probably going to start falling farther and further behind as we go. I think a lot of people are having trouble with YouTube lately, with stuff just not quite streaming properly. I think things generally work better for us because I'm just streaming a game instead of streaming a bunch of cameras. But still, I noticed the stream's falling behind.
I've got the one in Discord playing, but I don't have the sound up, so I can't really tell.
Yeah, I'm just watching the stream on my phone and noticing it's back a little. It's not too bad, but it's probably gonna just keep slipping farther and further back. All right, we're only 14 miles out, and like I said, this is a grass strip, so keep your eyes peeled. Hopefully we can find it here.
Did I run over you, Longhorn? I was looking away for a second.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm hanging out behind you now. And Laser just like disappeared.
Yeah, I'm dropping altitude here to try to get a little... I mean, we're only 14 miles out. I think I'm way too high. And a reminder, we're going to be landing on runway 18, so let that be a hint of where it's pointing.
Pretty much straight ahead, huh?
Yeah, it's got to be up there somewhere. I don't quite see it yet, but once I see it, I won't be able to not see it. .5 out.
Oh, this little bird will get away from me. I was doing 177 knots.
Yeah, those things are fast. And they just look fast too. Like I said, we were talking earlier that diamond, it's sleek looking. Like I said, it looks like a mosquito or something. It's sleek and fast looking. Well, Bob, let me know if you see that runway, and I'll go ahead and follow you right in.
I got it in sight.
That's what I like to hear. Pulling right behind you. 8 miles out. It's almost 2,000 feet, so these birds ought to be able to do that pretty easily.
It's a Gliderport, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah, like I said, I like those. They're pretty neat looking. They usually have all the little glider parts all over the place and trailers and stuff. Bob, you're going really fast. I can't keep up.
Oh, I know this thing. If you got to constantly watch it, man. I'm doing 180.
Yeah,
I
you don't
got
want to do
back
that
up.
when you're landing on a 2,000-foot strip.
I know. I'm backing it off. Also, there's before you cross the river on this side, there's a big red and white tower, almost in line with that runway. So you be careful.
Right on. I see the tower. I still don't quite see the runway. I'm going to trust you to guide me there.
It's grass. My wingtip just past that tower. I mean, it is right there in line.
Yeah, I'm looking at that tower right now. It doesn't look like a particularly good spot for that.
And there's trees on this side on the other side of the river, right at the edge of the runway. So you got to clear them too.
500.
Oh, right on. I see it now. That is not much of a runway, is it?
No, it's
Just looks like a
on the
field.
ground. That's nice.
Now if I can just stop. Oh, come on, brakes. Don't fail me now. Whoop, I went across the freeway.
Whoa.
Ay, ay, ay. That was not pretty, but I think I survived.
There's a couple of beach chairs and an umbrella out here.
Yeah.
That's a good place. Good place to do some watching. Whoop, sorry, mister. Had the same problem you did. I just could not stop. There's a nice little dirt road over here. Yeah, that whole time I was slamming on the brakes, really wishing this thing had a reverse thrust or something.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have any trouble stopping.
I noticed that. You did real good, man. Well, let's go back to the other end of this field. I'm not even going to bother calling it a runway. I'm not even sure where it starts and where it ends. Well, at least this spot right here looks like where everybody touches down. Well, that was an adventure. We don't land on grass strips that often, certainly nothing this small.
It was fun. It was interesting.
If I didn't have you pointing the way, I would have never found this. I don't have my markers turned on, so I can't tell where the runway is. I just figured, oh, you know, you'll be able to see it eventually. But no, there's no sign. This is just a, this ain't a runway. It's just a field, man.
That's it. Yeah.
Get lined up here a little bit.
I like the way the tires, the wheels leave marks in the grass, the trail there.
That's great looking, isn't it? All right, guys, we take off out of here. We're going to take a significant left-hand turn. We are going to be going over some high stuff. Let's climb all the way up to 6,000 feet and see if that's enough. I don't have a little nav map open, so I don't have the elevations, but I think 6,000 should do fine. So let's do that. We'll climb up to 6,000 feet. We'll try to maintain 140.
Okay, sounds good.
That's good.
Alrighty, Lazerbolt is spooling up and rolling. I like how they have a bunch of those gliders that are covered with tarps and stuff. Yeah, this SR22 is pretty nice. I'm going to have to get used to it, though. It behaves quite differently from that Baron I'm used to.
Engaging autopilot.
Reminder, we're climbing to 6,000. Yeah, that's one thing about Japan. There are lots of mountains. Yeah, it's weird too because until Matu mentioned it, I didn't even really think of Japan as a ski destination. You know, you're gonna go on a ski vacation. You're going to Japan. I never thought of that, but it's like, of course, of course, it'd be a great ski vacation. It's a great place to go visit anyway, and there's clearly lots of mountains. Yeah, Bob, I was a little surprised at just how quickly you managed to stop that thing back there.
Yeah, I was too, actually.
This guy's QNH.
Sorry?
QNH. What's QNH? Because you guys seem to be a whole lot lower, but higher above me.
Yeah, I'm climbing up to 6,000. Climbing up to 6,000 this time. Right now I'm at 4,700. I just figured there's some mountains up ahead of us. We want to definitely be above them.
Well, that's 6 now.
Yep, 5,500, and I'll be there shortly. And 6,000. Well, let's check out our next airport here and see what we got. Well, when we get to Monbetsu, it's recommending a runway 32 for me. It does say I've got a 12-knot wind, so I should probably listen to that. It's a pretty big runway, though. We got 6,500 feet of bituminous. We also, at runway 32, have an ILS approach. If you guys are in the mood to try your hand at an ILS approach, I probably won't be doing that tonight because I haven't familiarized with the Cirrus just yet. It's pretty standard usually. I bet you I could figure it out, but I'm not going to bother on the fly here. But yeah, we have an ILS frequency of 111.55. That's what we're going to be running into when we get to runway 32.
Okay, I'll put it in there and see if I have any luck with it.
Right on. We do have a magnetic heading of 322 degrees. So bear that in mind. 322.
Okay.
I
And
would
you said that's
kinda-
111.15?
It's 111.55.
55. Thank you.
Yeah. I would much rather come into runway 14 just because it's so much more straight in. But yeah, we better do runway 32. Like I said, this is just going by my weather. I got 12 knots at 290. I don't know what y'all have, but it's definitely, I should come in on 32.
Didn't mean to go through you there.
That's okay. All I saw
busy
was your
looking
name
at my
tag.
I was busy looking at my GPS, programming it.
Right on.
Yeah,
Actually, I don't
same
think you went through me. I think you went just under me.
What did you say the magnetic heading was on that?
Something like 233, or is it 322? That's it, 322. It's at Monbetsu. Almost sounds French. Yeah, you can see up front here we've got a nice ridge line we're approaching. That is going to be the tallest elevation of the entire flight that we need to worry about. But it's almost time to start worrying about it. We'll see when we get there if it's a little too high for us. I think 6,000 should do it. I knew there was mountains around here too. I really should have checked a little nav map. I'm getting a fuel imbalance already too. I wonder if there's a fuel feed switch that I don't have.
You have the switch tanks. They don't automatically switch.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. This is like that other one where it doesn't drain from both. It only drains one or the other. Well, I guess I will switch tanks. See if we can get that fuel balance to go the other way. Yeah, we used to have that same problem with the Bonanza. Like, if you didn't top your tanks off to level them out, eventually you'd just be kind of going in circles because the one side of your airplane would be so heavy. I thought that was kind of weird that it would be that way, but apparently that's how it is in real life. It doesn't drain both tanks equally. It takes one or the other in these small airplanes like this. Not all of them, but in some of them. There doesn't appear to be quite as much snow here as there was back at that other place. I see a little bit on that peak. That's about it.
That's about what I'm seeing as well. Nice fishing lake down there.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. It's pretty. Wonder what they catch around here. Koi or something?
I don't know.
Yeah, I missed a newbie with a name like that. I wasn't quite sure how much of a newbie, but yeah, you definitely appear to know what the hell you're doing.
Yeah.
It's not your first time.
No, it's not my first time. Well, in this aircraft, it's about the third time flying this.
Yeah, this thing's
I did
about as
2
simple
hours
as it
earlier.
gets.
Yeah.
Well, when the flight first started, I saw you sitting over there in the parking area, and I was hoping that, like I said, I wasn't sure how much of a newbie you were. It's right in your name. I was hoping that you knew. Well, I was hoping that you weren't sitting over there having trouble starting your aircraft, and that you didn't realize that you actually don't have to start it if you just start on the runway. It's already going. But once you taxied over, I figured, oh, okay, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, what had happened was I was setting up my VR, trying to VR open it, but I took off in the VR, but it wasn't functioning as probably it should. So
Oh, it wasn't working good.
yeah, I
Yeah,
had to switch off.
Longhorn's the VR guy around here. He flies VR every week. He just loves it.
Okay, nice. It's just a simple MetaQuest 2. And they had an update as well that needed me to restart the sim, so I
All right.
decided not to. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a MetaQuest 2, and I upgraded to the MetaQuest 3 and love it. Absolutely love it. I don't usually fly in VR during a group flight just because trying to host it, I got just too much stuff to juggle. VR is pretty inconvenient. But yeah, when I'm flying alone, VR is the way to go. It's amazing in this game. Plus, it's really hard to stream. It's hard to stream VR in this game because most games, if you try to stream VR, it's fine. It just, it just shows what it shows. But in this game, it breaks it into 2 pictures. You know what I mean? If I just streamed my screen, it would just be 2 separate pictures that look really weird. I could stream it from the headset, I guess, but that's a whole different ball of wax.
I wonder if Sim Update 4 is going to correct that, because they're claiming, because like right now, if I look at my monitor, I see 2 views, but supposedly in Sim Update 4, they're going to just show like 1 view.
Really? I wasn't sure that was something they were even worried about. But yeah, if they can condense it down to 1 view, that'd be great. That would make it easier in a lot of ways. That would, for one, it would make it easier to stream, and for 2, it would make it easier for me to record if I wanted to make a video about VR. Because right now, I just have to pick one. It's like, okay, just do the left one. And then I've got like a low-res version of the left screen instead of a high-res version of all of it.
Hoping it'll make it easier for me to do screenshots, because if I want to do a screenshot, I got to get out of VR. Otherwise, I can do a screenshot of both screens.
Yeah, it's not a good look. Hey, Bob, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, good. All right. Coming right up behind you.
Right on.
think
Looks like
I,
we're
hit
going to
mine.
make it over these hills just fine.
No, yeah, no problem.
Going a little bit slow here. I'm going to bump it up to 140. Yeah, it looks like this thing we're getting ready to pass right now is the most of the elevation we need to worry about. We're pretty safe after that. Well, you know how I'm always saying that every Halloween it snows around here. I can't remember the last Halloween where it didn't snow. Well, it finally happened. We didn't have any snow last Halloween, last Friday. Weird. It still hasn't snowed around here. Usually by now we got something.
My family lives in West Virginia, and I just looked at their weather, and because it was going to be so cold down here in Tennessee, I wanted to see what they have. But they're showing about 1 inch of snow coming, expected on Monday.
Boy, I hope they're ready for it.
Well, 1 inch for them is not very much, but it's still kind of early.
That's
Though.
right. Yeah, Virginia, they do get snow, don't they? "25 miles out, so we're going to be there shortly. As a matter of fact, I can already see the ocean over there. It's going to be right on the shores."
Yeah, we're going to have to swing way to the right to get on that 32
Yeah.
lineup.
We do. I'm considering doing that real shortly, like real quickly, like here. Yeah, I'm going to swing out probably 10 or 15 degrees to the right here. That'll help us line up. Like you said, it's a good thing to swing out far before you get to that 20-mile range. You make sure you're under that glide slope. I'm not going to quite lose any altitude just yet. I'm going to wait a little, but I am going to turn to the right. Yeah, I just noticed this airplane doesn't even have a yoke. How high-tech is that?
Kind of like the Airbus.
Coast, I can hear you breathing. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm still breathing. Thank you.
It's good to hear you, man. How are you?
Good. Thank you.
It is a Friday around here, and we're having a good old time flying around Japan tonight, buddy.
That's good.
Good afternoon, Coast.
Good afternoon there. I want to call you Warthog, but that's not. Never mind.
We haven't seen him in a long time.
Hello, Ghost.
Hey, Bob.
Okay, we're only 19 miles out. I'm going to bring her down here just a little bit. We don't have much of an elevation at this airport, so I'm going to bring her down to about 3,000. How's the weather over there, Bob? Or I mean, Coast? It has been raining around here.
Same thing here. Rain, rain, go away. But yeah, it's been raining. The deer have been in my backyard every other day.
They're loving that, huh? Well, today was pretty nice, so you'll have a nice day heading your way. Everything we have heads your way the day after.
Yep, we get it.
Yeah, this is just a reminder, guys, when we get on the ground, this will be our penultimate stop for the evening. Usually when we get to our second to the last stop, we take a 10-minute break. So we're going to do that. We're going to take a 10-minute break on the ground and give you a chance to update your cocktail or grab a snack or use the restroom or pet the dog. And yeah, we'll take 10 minutes that way.
How about that now?
12 miles out. So, Coast, who do your Bills play this weekend? I think I saw who it was, and I can't remember.
Either can I.
I know my Lions get to play the Washington Commanders. Looking forward to beating them.
I think
They're
you're playing.
good. They're good and bad at the same time.
I think your guys are playing the Chiefs, aren't they? Kansas City.
We played them and beat them last week.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I'm a week behind.
So beating the Chiefs does not give me anything. I don't cry about that part of the deal for the Chiefs.
You like beating the Chiefs, is what you're saying?
Yeah, used to, in the old days, it used to be playing Miami, but now it's the Chiefs.
I know Miami fans don't like you guys at all. They don't like the Bills.
Well, over the years, after the Miami heyday, Miami used to come up to Buffalo during the wintertime, and we used to beat the snot out of them. So
Well,
they didn't like that.
yeah, they don't like that cold weather. That reminds me of how it must have been for like Tampa Bay, when Tampa Bay was in basically the NFC North for all those years. Like, they were in the same division as Chicago, Detroit, Green Bay, Minnesota. It's like all these cold weather teams, and then there's Tampa Bay. It's like, that's weird. And they got to play us twice a year. That's got to be bizarre for them. They just didn't fit. I'm glad they moved them. They didn't fit.
Well, that's the same thing with the Cardinals. They were with Dallas, Washington, and Philadelphia, and the Giants. So when they booted them out of the NFC East and moved them to the NFC West, that helped them out a lot.
Well, the Cardinals used to be the St. Louis ones, right?
Yep. Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
they were in that division with them. It wasn't as big a deal, but when they moved to Arizona, it's like, yeah, this doesn't work out anymore, guys.
Cardinals have been all over. I think the Cardinals actually got their start. They started in Chicago, and that makes sense. The Chicago
Yep.
Cardinals, that's where they started. And then
They are the oldest.
They moved a number of times.
Yeah, they're the oldest NFL team, which I find that funny. It's like, okay, well, if they're the oldest NFL team, who did they play?
That's true. Yeah, good point.
They're the most traveled team too.
Are they? I've only known them since St. Louis. I didn't follow them then because I didn't start following them until they moved to Arizona. No point in it up until then.
Yeah, I believe my Lions have only had 2 different locations. They started way back in the day, back in the 40s or 50s. They were the Portsmouth Spartans. Portsmouth, freaking, I don't know, Illinois or where the hell Portsmouth is. And then the Ford family bought them, or somebody bought them way back in the day. And they've been in Detroit ever since. But we used to be called the Spartans. Weird.
You remember where the original Cleveland Browns went?
Baltimore?
Ding ding, got it.
Nailed it first try, huh? Alright, I'm making my turn for final here. Inbound runway 32 at Monbetsu.
I'm happy they've went ahead and announced that Bessett's going to be their starting quarterback for right now.
You like that
And-
guy, huh?
Well, over Murray, yeah. And Murray, they
Yeah,
just
true.
moved to IR.
I'm a little
Yeah.
surprised Murray's still playing.
Yeah, well, they're paying him $25-30 million a year. They gotta use him. So they were sticking to their guns about it. He is our starting quarterback, but now they just moved him to IR like the day after Bessett beat the Cowboys, and So now I think it's more of a publicity thing to kind of save face because they didn't want to come right out and say, okay, yeah, Bess is going to be the starter. So I think they moved him to IR. So he's now out for 4 games at least. And I think when he comes back, I think they'll be trading him because they actually did bring in, now that they put him on IR, they brought in, I don't know his name. I don't recognize his name, but they brought in another quarterback as a backup now to Bessett.
It kind of sounds like that's what the fans want. They want a new
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
But like you said, that you paid him so much, you can't just set him free, you know.
Well, nobody was willing to pick up his contract. I mean, if anybody picked him up, they're going to want him as a backup. And the problem with, or unless they like lose a starting quarterback, and no one's going to want to pay $25-30 million a year for a backup.
Uh-uh. Why in the world did you pay that guy so much? Did he really look that good at first, or?
Because he was the number 1 first-round pick.
Remember, the NFL is a quarterbacks league, and if
That's
any
true.
guy really looks very good for even a short time, he's looking like he can really do the job. They all get so damn nervous that they go out and say, "Hey, we got to lock this guy up," and they do that stuff.
Yep, and that's what they did. 5-year contract, and he's had some good games, but he's had a lot of bad games. He's totally inconsistent. And I thought it was funny. Some of the statistics came out of the game against Dallas. Bessett has thrown 3 300-plus yard games in a row, and Murray has never done that. So it's like he's all over the place. And then he hit Marvin Harrison Jr. for seven completes, which is more completes than he's ever had with Murray. Trey McBride has gotten 5 touchdowns in the 3 games with Bessett when he only had 4 touchdowns in the 5 years with Murray.
Yeesh.
But Bessett's background is a little bit more checkered, really.
I know.
He's doing better now than he's ever done.
Oh, yeah. And that's fine. I mean, as long as he does, I don't know if it's because he's got a thing to prove that he wants this position, or if he's just actually has been this good and has been never given the opportunity.
Well, it depends. The quarterback fits the rest of the offensive line and who's got his backup for his running backs and everything else. So a bad quarterback with a good team looks good, and a good quarterback with a bad team looks bad.
Tell you what, being on a good team will also, you'll get some good players for cheap if you're a good team. You know what I mean? If you're a lousy team, your players are going to demand every cent they can get. But if you're on a good team that has a hope for a Super Bowl, a lot of players will take a pay cut, basically, just to be on a good winning team, you know? That's human nature, I suppose.
One of the other things I've noticed is that the league is going for taller quarterbacks because they need to throw that middle game, middle
Yes.
routes.
You always
they're
got a
short-
big guy. You always got somebody right in your face. So yeah, you got to be able to get
Yeah, you
over
got to
that.
be tall enough to throw those short middle passes.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, Lazerbolt is on a half-mile final, runway 32.
How is this plane? How they do it simulating the wind and how it is running around in high winds and that sort of thing?
It does pretty good. At first, they had a lot of issues where it was just a little too dramatic, a little too choppy, but it does pretty good. The wind simulation is good. They've been lately really hard trying to make wake turbulence a thing, and they thought they had that code cracked, and they had wake turbulence, like when you're behind an airplane, that kind of wake turbulence. And they didn't quite figure that out. When you're in multiplayer, the wake turbulence just trashes your frame rates. And I mean, if you're not in multiplayer, why are you using wake turbulence, right? So if it doesn't work in multiplayer, why have it?
only if they have other aircraft in the simulation somehow.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose you could fly across the path of a AI or a, an actually scheduled airplane. But yeah, the wake turbulence is not working all that good. But I'd have to say just the wind simulation, the air and all that, the way the air flows, it seems pretty good. It seems like it's really good. It was getting pretty good in 2020, but it's better now. Just a reminder in this SR30 or the SR22, when you get on the ground, don't forget your parking brakes. This thing likes to creep away from you even if you got your throttle at 0.
Charlie Ringo, short final 3-2.
Is that you, Spartan?
No, we got a new guy with us tonight, everybody. We got, what's his name in the thing? Mr. Newbie?
It's the newbie.
Mr. Newbie. He's not quite as a newbie as his name would suggest, but seems like a nice fella.
Sounds a little bit like Spartan to me.
He kind of does, a little bit. I haven't seen Spartan in years. Holy moly. You guys doing an ILS approach? How's that working?
I tried it. I did the Loke.
Mm-hmm. Jury's
It's
still out
after me.
right now. It's got me. It looks like I'm not lined up with the runway, but it's got me headed towards the start of the runway. So I'm coming in at an angle.
Right. Are you on a 322 magnetic?
As close as I could dial in my gauge.
Oh, right.
But I think it'll be all right. It would have been close enough if I was in IFR conditions. I could have landed it.
Sure. Well, you guys coming in nice. Yeah, I think Bob's got the number on that diamond he's flying, but he's getting a pretty short stop on those things.
Yeah, I like
it
that
does.
diamond. There was I think it was a bush flight. Maybe it was a bush flight or maybe it was a landing challenge that used it. And it's a pretty maneuverable plane and it's got some power to it. And it's
Right.
actually pretty enjoyable to fly.
Yeah, it reminds me of what's that, the PR or the PC-12, that kind of zippiness, but not quite as fast, of course. Well, that was a nice landing there, Longhorn. Look at you.
Yeah.
Right on. All right, guys, let's say it is 40 past the hour or 20 to the hour. Why don't we take a 10-minute break and we'll be back up in the air at 10 to the hour. So use this time to download and install the game. That way you can enjoy us. And you can meet us here at this airport. You could like and subscribe. You could grab a snack. You could pet the dog. But take 10 minutes and we'll be right back here.
Be back.
Be back.
Yeah, Bob Meldman. Let's see here. It says, I'm here, but I don't see anyone. So you're on the West Service, so that's correct. You don't see anybody. I think you might still be at that last airport that we just took off from, unless because we've left that already and we're on the second to the last airport. Is the one called Monbetsu? I don't see any other aircraft here, so I don't think you're here with us. Like I said, I think you might be back at that small grass strip that has all the gliders. That might be where you're at. But if you'd like to respawn in here, you got plenty of time. We're going to be sitting here for about 10 minutes. And yeah, we're at Monbetsu, the second to the last stop tonight. Definitely the West server. That's the one we use, so you should see us. Oh, you're at this airport. Yeah, I don't see you either.
Yeah, the multiplayer is turned on in the settings.
Right, that is true.
Yeah, you may have to check that.
And the server.
Well, not just the server. He says he's on the West server, but he might not have the, before you load
Got it.
into the game, the flight conditions, you have to go into the flight conditions and make sure it says all players or something like that. You know what I'm talking about? This is the same place where you can set your weather before you take off. And it's called flight conditions. For some reason, it has the multiplayer stuff right there. And it's not actually in your settings. It's in the map screen when you're creating a flight plan before you load in. But it's, like I said, it's called, oh, somebody just hopped in. Oh. But it's called, yeah, it's like, it's not in the weather tab like when you're in the game, like in your airplane. It's more like as you're creating your flight plan back by the map, there's a thing called flight conditions. And on the left, once you click that, there's a couple options for like multiplayer and seeing AI aircraft and all that. You have to have that set to all players, and that way you'll see everything. That's an inconvenient way. That's an inconvenient place to put that too. I don't know if they have to put that outside the game, so you can't even do it once you're in the game. But that's definitely, that would be my first guess of what might be going wrong.
So there's another option besides under the general settings. That's what you're saying?
I don't think it's even in the settings. I think it's just like when you're looking at the map, you're not even in the game yet. You're not in your airplane. You're just looking at the map. There's a button in the top right of the screen, great big one, says flight conditions. And once you click that, part of the flight conditions is the multiplayer. It'll say something about see AI aircraft or only see friends or something like that. And yeah, it's one of the options is all players. So you have to have it on that.
I took a look at it and it looks like everybody's there.
Yeah, we got this guy, let's see, Bob. Bob Melvin wants to join us. We would love to have Bob join us.
There's also a multiplayer setting in the settings under the online function where the server is. There's one called multiplayer. You have to have check mark on.
Yeah, I've always thought
Yes.
they don't make that part of it easy enough because it should be pretty obvious. But it's not obvious that you have to do that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, it says he's got it on all players. Coming back in. Let's see if we see you, buddy.
traffic type real time online.
Yeah, I think Matu had a problem also with he was trying to disable the AI aircraft, and that doesn't just do the AI aircraft, it does all aircraft, including us too. So make sure that's not off. Live air traffic, I believe that's what it's called, correct? Live air traffic?
Mine is set to real time online.
Yeah, the time and the weather has nothing to do with it. It's all in the same page though for some reason. Still nothing. I am unsure what it could be. It's always hard to diagnose stuff like this in the game. Well, gentlemen, let's taxi back out onto this runway, and let's taxi back out, and we'll be taking off in about 2 minutes. I'm keeping an eye open for Bob, and I just don't see him. Yeah, silly question, Bob, but you are in Flight Sim 2024, correct? Not 2020? Yep. Yeah, that's something about this game. It's always something. Nothing's ever simple in here. Yeah, Matt, I think he is on the right server. He said he's on the west, and that's the one we're on. I mean, it couldn't hurt to switch to something else and then switch back to the west, but that sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. Well, guys, we do need to get this show back on the road, though, so let's get these birds in the air in, let's say, 10 seconds. Check the map real quick. I think we can get away with doing 6,000 feet again like we did last time. Let's do that. 6,000 feet at 140 knots. When we take off, we're going to have to do a complete 180 to get back on course. Let's do a left-hand circuit. Let's do a right-hand circuit and do it out over the ocean. Yeah, let's do that. Take a right-hand circuit over the ocean. You just turn to the right, and we'll be on our way to our final destination here. Alright, Lazerbolt is spooling up and rolling. This thing is a little bit squirrely if you're not careful on takeoff, isn't it?
Yeah, slight forward pressure on the stick is what I normally do. That threw me off a few times as well.
Yeah. It's like I need foot pedals or something to kind of keep it straight.
Yeah.
It kind of acts like a tail dragger.
There's an episode of Jay Leno's Garage where he goes and talks about the SR22.
Oh, really? Is he a pilot too? I know he's a
I
big
don't.
gearhead.
I haven't watched the episode. I keep seeing it on YouTube. So if you look at it, I want to watch it just to see how the real plane looks. And I don't know if he's a pilot or not, but he does all kinds of like reviews of like all kinds of cool fancy cars and stuff. He's a big car guy.
Yeah.
But I think the title of it is like SR22, the Cadillac of planes, or something like that.
Yeah, I like seeing his garage, man. He is definitely a gearhead. Well, when we get to Kushiro, our final stop, it is recommending runway 35. Only got an 8-knot wind though. I don't think I'm going to really follow that 8-knot wind. Let's go ahead and land on runway 17 instead. So let's count on runway 17 at Kushiro. We also have an ILS approach here. The ILS frequency is, if you write this down, let's see, we have a 108.9er, 108.9. And this is at a heading of 168 degrees magnetic. So yeah, count on that, runway 17 when we get to our final stop.
Thank you.
Yeah, Bob Melvin. I really wish I had more advice to offer you on that. It's not unheard of to have multiplayer issues like this. It's just I'm not 100% sure how to fix it. Like I said, you got to make sure that you're on all players or live players in the, like I said, in the map screen before you even join the game, before you're even in the server. You have to set that to live. Yeah, you'll see it when in the flight conditions panel. Other than that, like I said, there's a couple of AI traffic kind of options that might help. But yeah, I hate this. It's pretty hopeless. I wish I could help you get in with this, buddy. The good news is we are here every Friday, and maybe we can get you in here next week. Longhorn, you said that Dakota has roughly the same speeds as this, can maintain roughly 160, 150 if you had to?
Yeah, I think the Dakota is 170 if I remember right.
Okay, yeah, that's reasonable. I will definitely have to check that out. I didn't realize that was one of the new ones they gave us. Leveling out at 6,000. See guys, why don't we bump our speeds up to 150 on this last leg? 150, so don't take too long to get there. We're already behind class a little bit.
150, okay.
I got that glitch going on again where I can't see the charts because I wanted to compare the ILS X, Y, and Z, see which one is the best approach. But when I look at, oh, you know what? Actually, are they showing up now? Oh, now they're showing up. Cool. But I still don't have that button that lets you switch between FAA and whatever the other option is.
On your EFB?
Yeah. But they showed up now.
Now, is
so
that
now
only
I can see the,
is that only a VR thing, or does everybody have problems?
don't know, but I don't know. I don't. Actually, you know what? No, I take it back. I think last week for the Halloween flight, I think I ran into that, and I wasn't flying in VR.
Okay.
It just randomly shows up with that bar on the bottom where you can select between FAA charts and whatever the other option is.
Right.
And that bar just doesn't show up. So if you happen to be on the other option instead of the FAA, then it won't show you the charts. You have no way of switching.
Yeah, that's not good. Usually I just zoom in on the map and click on it and just use that. It's rudimentary information. It's not exactly like having a chart or nothing, but it's usually accurate. I've seen it be off a little though.
Yeah, I like the chart because when it's supposed to give you 3 different ILS 17 approaches, well, one of them probably brings you out from like the east, one from the west, one from the north. So from the direction we're coming in, I want to make sure I get the best one.
Right. Well, even especially since it's our last stop, you can check on the EFB. You can do it just from the list, but you don't know which one is which if you don't have it on your map. You know what I'm saying? You can your approach procedure. You can just bring that list down and pick what you want. Right now, I set the approach procedure to none. We're just going direct.
Looks like I don't want X because X brings you in from the ocean and has you go past the airport and come back around, which we're going to be coming straight in, right?
Yes. Yeah, runway 17.
Okay, so
It is
why?
actually very straight in too. It's almost like right on the money straight in.
Yeah, Y actually looks like the best option then if you choose it in the Garmin, because that brings
Why?
you in through the Alton transition, which basically is like straight shot right down to the runway. So I might do that one.
Yeah, there is a shitload of markers like leading directly in.
And then Z brings you in from the west.
I mean, technically, since we're so close to straight in, you could just do a direct course. That would be just as good, as long as you pick up that ILS frequency in time. Yeah, I'm looking up ahead, and it looks like the tallest peak in the entire area is what we're heading directly to.
I see that.
I see it on the map, too. Yeah, we'll see. 6,000 will be fine. If it's not all right, we'll just go to the left or to the right. Because at that point, we're going to be getting pretty close to the airport. So we don't want to go too high, you know.
Yeah, my pink line looks like it's going just to the right of that peak.
Yep. Bob Melvin wants to know if we're running the latest beta version. No, actually, we're on the regular version. And hopefully you're on the regular version too, not the test version, because often the test version is not compatible with the old one.
Yeah, you won't be able to see anybody unless they're on the beta.
That's right, Bob's on the beta. That turns out to be... Yeah, we had that problem before too with Travis. So yes, that is definitely a thing. We all have to be on the beta to see each other, or on the regular to see each other. Well, I think you cracked the case, buddy. See, like I said, it's so hard to diagnose things like this because there's so many different factors. But that's definitely it. We ran into that before.
Well, but
supposedly they fixed that.
When they had,
That's what they say. They say that it didn't do that anymore, but I don't know. I bet it still does.
Yeah, I haven't heard that. I just know when either Sim Update 1 or 2 came out, I think it was 1, where you could be on the beta or the regular release one and you would see each other. But then ever since they started messing around with the career stuff and giving you like 20 billion or trillion credits and everything unlocked so you can test it, once they started doing that, it ended up they separated where you can't see each other anymore.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Travis mentioned, because Travis was the one that was having that exact problem. And not long ago, Travis mentioned that they said supposedly the next update's not going to do that. But I don't know. That might have been that last update they're talking about, not this new one. Who knows?
Well, I've got Sim Update 3 flying really good now, and it's really stable for me. So I'm looking forward to 4 because there's a lot of things in there that's going to address some of the issues I'm having. But it's not enough to make me want to switch over to the beta right now.
Yeah, I've never really wanted to. I like to keep my machine clean. You know, I don't see. I'm not in that big of a hurry to see what they're adding to want to, risk messing everything up. Because I've seen Travis have issues, and a lot of times it's because of that. Yeah. Bob mentions he's going to try to get that squared away, and he'll join us next week. And I think that'd be great, Bob. We'd love to see you, buddy. We're going to be taking off out of this airport. We're going to be landing at here, Kunishiro, something like that. We're going to be leaving here next week and continuing south. Pretty sure, well, I'm not 100% sure. We might be in this SR22 again. I might fall in love with that Dakota. Once I check out that Dakota, maybe that's going to be our new airplane. I'm going to check that out during the week here.
Diamond.
Hey, I'm thinking
Or the
that
diamond.
was diamond as well.
Yeah. I hear Bob wants us to try that Diamond out, and yeah, I have flown it, but not
Yeah,
much.
it's pretty nice. Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, you can fly whatever you guys want to. I'm just
Well, there's a lot of them that are right in this here speed range, you know. And that's yeah, that Diamond might be worth checking out. I like the twin engine of it. It probably climbs a lot better than this thing does.
yeah. Well, the Dakota is. I've flown it a few times. It is a nice airplane. I don't think it's as fast as the Diamond and the SR22 though.
Right.
I'll be honest with you. But it's got a really nice cockpit and autopilot system.
Yeah, well, as long as it can like maintain in the neighborhood of 150, that's all we need.
I think that's about where it is.
Yeah, it's very, very compatible to the, what is it, the G36, the Bonanza, or the,
The Baron,
what is it?
the twin.
Yeah,
Baron.
the Baron. Whichever one's a G. No, the other one. Well, both that and the Bonanza are very similar.
They are, but-
speed-wise.
Cockpit-wise,
And-
you couldn't tell. them
And I think the
apart.
Dakota.
Well, it's just the Baron is single
Yeah, I
engine.
think the
and
Dakota falls in
The
there.
Baron's double engine and the Bonanza single. How many's in the Dakota? Is it a twin or a single?
I think
Single.
it's a single.
Nice. Yeah, I need to check that out. Which is the one that they gave us with the Japan update? Was that the gosh, what was it called? It was that tail dragger that we're talking about? The one that doesn't have a GPS or anything?
I don't remember.
I think there was a
Well, the first one
185.
Yeah, that might have been it then, because the first one they gave us was a Cap 4, which I flew that once. Then the next one was the 185. Then the next one was the Dakota, and then the last one they gave us was that Eurocopter.
All right, huh? I see Bob Melvin recommends that Cessna Corbeil ATT. He says that's pretty good too. I definitely haven't tried that.
You just jumped out of your plane, Laser.
Did I? Geronimo. Don't hit my parachute. Well, I probably don't have a parachute.
Yeah, he's done that to me once before when I was behind him, and I've got splatter all over my windshield. I'm not sure if it's from him or the bugs.
It was my co-pilot. That's why I don't have one anymore.
And that's another thing. This Diamond, it will get bug splatter all over the windshield like the other one we was flying did.
Was that the Sky Courier?
Yeah, the Courier, the Sky Courier. Yeah, this one does it too. The Diamond does.
Oh, the only reason I noticed it in the Sky Courier is it kind of goes a little overboard. It's a neat effect.
Yeah.
It's a neat effect, but after about an hour, it's like, geez, oh, Pete, you know, you're getting a little bit much. Especially when you're flying at 20,000 feet. It's like, how many bugs are up here at 20,000 feet? Well, not quite that
There
high.
should be a way to clean it.
Yes.
There should
Yeah, a lot
be
of
a way,
airplanes
yeah.
you can use the wipers, but they don't actually do anything.
Well, I don't think the wipers were meant to be used at 280 knots.
Yeah, you're probably not going to need them usually.
Just put some Rain-X on the windshield, and water will go right off.
Well, that's what happened to my co-pilot. I had him out there washing the window, and I don't know. I haven't seen him since. We're making pretty good time on this last leg here. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be just barely to the right of that peak up there. Make sure that we're not hitting nothing. The way these hills and mountains look with the mist hanging over them, and you can see the mist is in the crevices and stuff. It just looks great. I love that. Right about the time we get to that ridge up there with that tall mountain we're going to be to the right of, right about that time is when we're going to want to start thinking about descending. Remember, we're coming in runway 17. Anybody have any Halloween candy left? I ate all mine.
Well, we really didn't have any to hand out, so
I
now
didn't either.
we're just getting all the stuff that's like on sale now at Walmart.
Oh, I didn't say anything about handing it out.
All I bought was a pepperoni stick, and it's gone now.
That's a goner.
I mean, the kids even want pepperoni?
It wasn't really for them.
They show up at the door, you break out the scissors and start cutting off little pieces for them. They don't like that?
I guess not.
I would have taken pepperoni. I like pepperoni. See if I can import my Garmin's flight plan now into my EFB. See if this will work.
I think I'm going to do what Bob did and head a little bit to the right and make sure I don't hit that mountain.
Oh, looks like it worked.
It worked. Hey, Mikey. I haven't really heard anything about that new update that's been pushed out lately. I don't know what they're working on or what it's supposed to fix or anything. Is there anything in that new update that you guys are looking forward to?
Yeah, having it pronounce my name properly from the air traffic control.
What does it call you?
Well, after everybody, it says like underscoring after every name, whether it be AI aircraft or me.
Oh, really? I don't
So
think
they're
I've seen
fixing
that.
that.
I've always been surprised that it pronounces Lazerbolt correctly, even though it's spelled with a Z. It doesn't have any problem with that. It just says, calls me Lazerbolt. This is a nice looking range here. Is that lake over there? It's great. Well, we're 24 miles out. You guys should definitely have that ILS frequency picked up by now if you're doing that sort of thing.
I hear the Morse code.
Yep, we got this little town down here at the base of the hill, at the base of that mountain. Not much of a town, it's like 3 houses. It definitely looks like a caldera on top of that thing. That's volcano. Because like I said, all of this is probably volcanic. So it all came from the bottom of the ocean. Alrighty, I'm going to slowly
wow.
bring her down to about 3,000.
Yeah, there's a big crater at the top of this volcano.
Yeah, it's, looks nice.
It's pretty cool.
I bet you in real life it's probably filled with water or something. Slowly bringing her down to 3,000. A reminder, we're coming in runway 17. It's pretty much straight in. Yeah, Costa, it's hard to believe this football season's half over already. Jeez. This one went by quick.
Yeah, and we're both doing pretty average.
Yeah, I don't know. We're tied for first place.
We're doing pretty good.
We have
too.
three losses, and that's nothing to brag about. But we are tied for first place with Green Bay in NFC North, that is. Hey, you guys are probably in first place in your division too, I would imagine.
Actually, there's somebody's got one loss in our division. We got two.
Yeah, my Lions, especially in these last couple of years when we've been good, we've been really good these last few years, like 3 years now. We tend to not respond well to time off, like taking a break before the playoffs doesn't do well for us, or just if we're going to lose a game, it's probably the first game of the year, that kind of stuff. Or, like I said, right after our bye week, we come out after our bye week feeling great and just can't win a game. We needed the bye though. We had a lot of unhealthy guys. We still do. We got a lot of guys on injured reserve, but I think we're hanging on to a bunch of these guys to make a good strong run at the end of the season.
Well, see, we don't play you at all this season.
I don't think you do. No. Looking forward to the Thanksgiving game. We got to play Green Bay on that, and I am looking for big revenge. Those Packers, they beat us in Green Bay. I think that was the first game of the season. That was the first game we lost. And they screwed the entire thing up because Green Bay ended up getting a tie with Dallas. So now that screws up the entire bracket. It's like now, they're like 5-2-1 or something. It just screws everything up. Just the math on it screws everything up. The only reason they're even tied with us is because they beat us. It's a divisional game, you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, we'd be ahead of them.
We'll see what happens when we get to the end of the season.
Yes, we will. I just hate being in such a competitive division all the time. Like I said, we're always worried about Green Bay. No matter how good we are, Green Bay is always right there, And of course, this year now we got to worry about the Bears. All of a sudden, the Bears are playing good. Where'd that come from? I don't ever have to worry about the Bears. Well, all of a sudden, the Bears are good. Perfect. That's just what we need.
Well, we're getting toward that part of the season where we get the SNOW thing.
Oh yeah, that helps you guys out a lot. Doesn't do us much good. We play inside, but it does you guys a lot of good. Green Bay too. I'm glad on Thanksgiving Day, Green Bay has to come to us. We usually play real good at home, especially on Thanksgiving. You guys ever heard the story about how the Lions ended up playing every Thanksgiving game and the Cowboys also? Well, I'll tell you. Way back in the day when football was first getting started, they were trying to come up with a way to make it more popular for people and to give them more options and more games. And broadcasting and stuff like that had just kind of become a thing. And they wanted to start having games on holidays, and the first holiday that was coming up was Thanksgiving. And so the league was like, we want to have Thanksgiving games. We want the owners to all get together and let us know what you think. And all the owners were like, absolutely not. That's the worst idea ever. It's a holiday. Nobody's going to want to watch football on a holiday. Nobody's going to go to the game. Everyone's going to be hanging out with their family. It's the worst idea ever. We're not doing it. And the Lions and the Cowboys both stood up and said, we'll do it. You know, they talked amongst themselves a little bit and said, yeah, okay, we'll do it, but only under one condition. We'll do it, but you have to make us play every Thanksgiving game. Nobody else wants to do it, but we'll do it. But lock us into every Thanksgiving game from now until forever. And the league was like, well, okay, if that's what you want. And now it's like the biggest game of the year, you know.
Never knew that. Always wondered why.
Yep, and you get a lot of people complaining. It's like, oh, why the Lions always on that? It's not that big a deal now that there's so many extra teams, or there's so many extra games on Thanksgiving. But there was people used to be kind of upset back in the day that it's always the Lions. And I can see back when the Lions weren't very good, that wasn't a very entertaining game. But so a lot of people used to complain about that. It's like, it's always the Lions. That's not fair. But hey, it's always the Lions, and it's always going to be the Lions, and that's why.
Yeah, this time I'm on glide slope. It's bringing me in.
Right.
Last one didn't catch me.
I love a good success story. Yeah, I'm coming in right down the pipe right now, just flying by hand, but looking good. Probably half mile out.
Yep.
By the way, remember the original owner of the Bills was a guy named Ralph Wilson? You know where he lived and his house was, and he was only lived in Detroit.
Did he? Why Detroit?
That's where his businesses were.
Oh, I see. So he wasn't. So the original owner of the Bills wasn't even really a New Yorkan, or a New
Originally
Yorker.
from
I don't know, what do you
Detroit.
people call yourselves?
There's sort of a backdoor relationship between Detroit and Buffalo, by the way, because of that.
I did not know that.
Looks like another red tower up there in front of the runway.
No, those are the, there's leading lights leading you in. There's a whole string of red lights leading you in.
Okay, yeah, that's what it is. Need to get my depth perception checked out.
It's hard to have depth perception on a flat screen.
True.
Well,
Yeah, it's one of those,
depth is about,
like
what,
it's
80
raised
feet?
up. I don't usually see those on the ground. You see those kind of out over the water a lot of times. But I think the reason why it's over the ground is because it's there's like a ditch there.
Yes, there is in there. I'm going to see if this thing will put me on the ground completely before I disengage, or if it'll disengage for me.
I'm trying to land from the outside of the cockpit, and I was way higher than I thought I was. Whoopsie. I think I broke that nose wheel, but that's okay. Who needs it?
We'll call you Rocky.
Cut me, Lou. So that thing brought you right down slick as shit, didn't it there, Wingnut?
Sure did.
Did the ILS all
Nice.
the way through, huh?
Yep, all the way to the concrete. Yeah, I did have to disengage though after it landed. It didn't shut off automatic.
Okay, that's yeah, definitely need to have that. But that was cool. I love it when it works.
Well, looks like a nice tower up there. Got the glass in it, and it's not all blacked out. And there's a marshaller there waiting for me. I wonder.
This is definitely one of the star airports. They bespoked it.
I'm gonna see if that guy will marshal me in here.
It's going to give you a nice parking spot. I got a bunch of people just standing around.
Yeah, I had a little lady here in headsets and wands, marshaled me right in.
Really? I can see the parking spot. There's even a tow vehicle here, or one of those, I don't know, looks like a hand cart where they can use it to...
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I see the guy, he's got his little flashlights up in the air. That's cool. Hey, neat. Yeah, it even says Kushiro Airport right there. That's nice.
Yeah.
I'll bet you if you went up into the control tower, they'd have like working computer screens and stuff. Because that looks like it's one of the fancy ones.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the drone and go up and check that out. I bet they do too.
This plane landed with the ILS.
Nice. Brought you
I
right
know there's-
in all the way to the ground, huh?
Yep, I know there's some that don't like that.
Nice.
They'll like crash you into the ground.
Yeah, well, I'm so used to FSX. We flew that for so long. The FSX would every time, doesn't matter what airplane you're in, it would smash you into the ground. It would just send you on a beeline. It was good for getting lined up with the runway, but you better turn it off about 100 feet from the ground or you're going to regret it. I like how this one does it a little more, like, naturally. Because in real life, it ain't going to do that. It ain't going to slam you into the ground. Especially in a jumbo jet or something like that. That's nice and smooth. I mean, it's like automatic.
Yeah, they do have the computer screens up and running in the tower, but for some reason it won't let me enter inside the tower like a lot of them do. But I can see it from the outside through the windows.
That's rude.
It is, isn't it? That's rude. I've always had access to the tower.
That guy that was waving Wingnut in is just going to stand there for the next couple hours with his arms up. Poor guy.
Oh wow, my plane is filthy.
Looks like he's waiting for Bob to shut his engines off.
Oh, yeah, I'll shut that down.
No, I'm kidding. He's probably just going to stand there anyway. Yeah. He just looks like he ain't going to move from now on.
I did a shared screen. If you want to look at I got a pretty cool view of the tower up here.
Yeah, let me see that.
Through the windows.
Did you know you got an Airbus parked on top of you, Wingnut?
No, I don't see that.
Oh, I like your blue name tags there, Bob. How you changed the color of the name tags. That's handy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, blue or purple or whatever that is. Kind of looks like a blacklight color. Oh, you try to go inside and it just puts you on top, don't it? Yeah, that's a neat
won't let me
looking
in.
control tower. It would be cooler looking if there was people in there.
Haven't you heard about the shutdown yet?
About the what yet, bud?
the governmental shutdown. You know, two controllers aren't. Never mind.
Oh yeah, that's good actually. This thing is super realistic. Look, there's nobody in the tower.
Oh yeah, I didn't get it there for a second, Coast. You're
I'm topical.
I'm pretty impressed that I could see the same ground crew that you could see. I thought it would be kind of randomized for whoever it is, you know, like personalized for each of us. But no, I can see your ground crew. I don't have one, but you got guys out there doing your thing. Very cool.
There's a weird looking tower to the left of the control tower.
That tripod kind of thing?
Yeah.
That's got to be some kind of instrumentation of some kind, like a weather station or something.
It's got an antenna on top of it,
Uh-huh.
or a lightning rod.
okay, lady. I shut my engines down. You can walk away if you need to.
Still got the arms up. Well, gentlemen, that was a very enjoyable flight. I'm glad to be here in Japan. We're going to have many weeks, probably I'm guessing 5 or 6 weeks, before we can make our way all the way to the south and see it all. But yeah, it's going to be fun. I appreciate everybody showing up, and we will be right back here next Friday night, same time. And thanks for watching. Bye, everybody. Have a good weekend.